your streaming hero. So welcome coders to the stream, where we will help you achieve your dream. It's all about that JavaScript, make your revenue more dynamic, yeah. Learn, earn and produce, put the Jamstack to good use. Captain Purple, your streaming hero.
Hello, beautiful people. How are you today? Welcome to another stream where we're going to attempt to do something interesting with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Yeah, I have that intro video for like 2 years now, but I haven't used it that much. And I paid like $500 to make it, so we gotta use it. Awesome. Let me turn back on this music. Just a little bit background music. How is everyone today? Say hi in the chat, or bye, or why, or whatever you want. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you what we're going to attempt to build today. Let me put this here. Everything should be working fine. Yeah. Hello. Good. Hello, Vlad, Richard, Skinny, and Mr. Soldano, my favorite Argentinian. Jens, Rosvita, and who else we have? We have Amy. Awesome. Cool. All right, good. So for today, we have something. Vlad from our community, the amazing Vlad, he asked me, I think last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, how to make an infinite slider. So today we're going to do that in JavaScript infinite slider. And what do we mean by an infinite slider is to have a slider which, when you get to the end, like in this case, I think slide 5 is the last one, and you click to the right, instead of, well, usually they just like stop, right? When you click to the right, the slider starts over. So it's kind of an infinite slider, right? You can go crazy like this and you basically have an infinite slider. This is a pen by Claudia, and I looked over, she also has an article. Adrian, if you're around, post it in the YouTube comments. But she uses like she clones basically the first slide, the last slide, and then kind of doubles the slides there, which is one approach. What I'm going to try, I just skimmed through the code to see like a basic idea of it, but I'm going to try to do this from scratch while I explain my thought process, which is I'm still thinking about how I'm going to do it. And yeah, we should hopefully figure out how to do it. Right. I think we can manage it. And obviously we're going to use iCodeThis. For those of you who don't know, iCodeThis is a platform where every day you have a new coding challenge. For today, for example, we have this Halloween countdown timer, and you can submit your challenge. You can submit your submission for the challenge, and then we can check it out, and ooh, so scary. And you can like it, and you can check comments, and yeah, this is the platform we've been working on for 10 months now, I think. And also, for those of you who are on the platform but you don't know yet because we haven't promoted it so much, if you go on your profile by clicking on this pretty boy here, well, or girl, or whatever image you have there, and go to custom projects, you can create a custom project. So it's not just the challenges, you can also have a custom project where you can build whatever you want, right? It's a custom project. So just click start custom project and you can start working on your own creative project, right? And that's what I'm going to do now. So let me zoom in so we can see the code. And I'm going to start by changing this color to make it darker for my eyes. And then I'm going to swap out, I think, everything here. By default, the projects use Tailwind, but you can remove it. We add the Tailwind CDN, so you can see what's you can see how to use CDN, but feel free to remove it. And I'm thinking if I'll remove it this time and just do vanilla CSS. Been a while since I did that, so I might do it. It's much better than code, but not because it's only purple. Thank you. Good. So let's remove Tailwind then and have a blank slate here. And I'm going to remove this as well. And we're going to do, well, actually, you can even remove everything from the HTML and do everything from scratch. Just a div here with hi, beautiful people. And as you can see, the preview appears on the right. And then in the CSS, I can have a body and background. I can have my purplish color like that. And we can have color white for the text and font family pop-ins because that's like the best font ever created. And sans serif like that. And yeah. There we go. We have like a blank project, right? From scratch. Everything from scratch. Vanilla. Good. All right. So let's see how we're going to do this slider, because there are a couple of things we need to figure out. So as I like to do with all the projects, and as I recommend all of you to do, especially if you're working on a more complicated project, right, is to take a moment before starting to write any code to plan your project. Like, write down step by step, what do you think you have to do, right? Because that way you can then just implement the code following your own steps. Sometimes it could happen that you might not know what you have to do, but even then have like a rough idea of, okay, I need a slider. What's a slider? Well, basically images next to each other and they just slide from right to left. And then when you get to the end, what happens? And try to figure out all the scenarios of what the project should do, right? And then it will be much easier for you to like code and have less bugs because you have a plan. Chris, hello, welcome to the stream. The amazing Chris is here. Okay, good. So let's do the plan. I'm going to use Paint, and I'll show you my very beautiful design skills. I'm so talented, be prepared. But basically, yeah, so we'll have like a slide, an image, right? Like this. And this is going to be within the viewport. So let's say this is the viewport, right? This is what we're going to see, an image. But on the right of it, we have another image and then another image next to it. And whenever, let's say we have here two pretty buttons, see, very perfect circles, like perfect, yeah, okay. But yeah, if you press these beautiful circles, if you press to the right, then this slide has to go to the left. And this slide, well, of course, has to go to the left. So, see, we already figured something out. The fact that if you press the right button, all the slides need to go to the left. And then we have to figure out like how much and what we're going to use, positioning or not, or flexbox, or ooh, it will be fancy. All right, so that's one thing. Another thing which I need to figure out is what happens when we reach the end of the slider, right? That's going to be the fun stuff. How can I make a new one, because we don't have space here? Don't save, it's okay. So yeah, let's make it smaller. Basically we have 1 slide, 2 slides, 3 slides, right? And this is the canvas, this is the viewport. I could use other tools too. Yeah, viewport, look at that, pretty. Okay, so as we said, we go to the left if we press the right button, but if we get here, so basically, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, right? Let's say the 3 is in the viewport, and here we have 2 and 1. All right, and we press the right button. Now what happens? That's going to be interesting, because now we somehow have to teleport 1 to come here, right? And slide in 1 from the right. And like, if we use positioning to also have the animations, use transition to have the animation of the sliding, right? The trick with this, because we can move this to the right, that won't be a problem, but if we transition everything, then we might risk of this slide to come in front of this slide and then come back to the left. Does it make sense? So this will slide over here and then slide back, but in that phase we might see it a bit. So that might not be the best case scenario. What I think we should do is to have 1 be teleported to the right of 3 even before we press the button to slide to it. So we need to keep track of the indexes, and that way we should know that, okay, 1 should come next, so you better get ready to slide in. And again, we need to teleport it. So instead of sliding it on top of the tree, we need to find a way to not animate it, to just have it boom appear there. Drawing to like kind of explain the process there. But yeah, all right, good. Chat disconnected. Can you still hear me? I think I have some connection issues. Can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know why that happens. Boom, boom, boom. Now, yes. Yeah, interruption. I don't know. Something happens with my internet sometimes. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. All right, good. So, funny that it said that and it stopped at the same time. Yeah. All right. So let's first make the slider, because that's also a challenge in itself. Have like 5 images and make the animation, and then we can figure out how to make it all work in a perfect way. Just realized I wasn't live. Okay. Yeah, and I have about an hour and a half. So do you think we can do it in an hour and a half? Raise your left feet if you... We had a saying, if you like it, raise your left feet. That's a saying. The OGs will remember. Okay, good. So, for the slider, what we need? We need a wrapper that will be like the container we had there. See my hands? Like that. My face is the first image, and you just go to zip, and then another face comes in. That's kind of the thing. And the first div, let me zoom in. Like that. This will be the wrapper of everything. So let's call it the main wrapper. Sounds fancy. And then inside here we have the slider wrapper. And this will hold the images. So image times 5, I said. Beautiful. Maybe we should keep the images in a div. thinking to have... We'll see. And here we need 2 buttons, which basically, hey, why don't you want to tap? All right, button. Okay. And here we'll have the buttons, which we'll use to slide things around. And maybe let's make a button. Something happened with that. What's wrong? Oh, I think because of this, it doesn't allow us to have, oops. Come on, Florian, come on, focus. Like this, and this goes there. And you can put this 5 times, and now it should work, right? I broke, damn it. Alright. Not sure why, but okay. It's annoying without it. Good. So 2 buttons. Clear this. Bring them there. This there. And let's go to tabular icons and get the left arrow. Maybe this one. Look at that. Pretty button. And then we want the right arrow. Look at that. Pretty button again. And we put that there. Perfect. And now we need images. So we go to Splash and we get car, something like that. And we get the first car, copy image address. Thank you, Hyundai, for the image. We put it there and put on Splash 1. And then another image, please. This one, sure, why not? Copy image address, put it there. And this will be Splash 2. Another one. It's just, we're working on the boilerplate now. On Splash 3. And then 2 more. Like a purple car. I want a purple car. No, blue first, and then the last one will be a purple BMW. Because, why not? On Splash 4. And car. Purple BMW. I kind of want it squared. There's no... yeah, this one kind of purple, pinky. Ooh, kind of cool. Alright. This will be on Splash 5. Chat, let's see. Trust reset not feed. Okay. Oh, okay. You need to write the whole HTML to have HTML body. Yeah, that's why. Ah, good. Yeah. So that's why Emma didn't work. Thank you. We need to have... Let's do that. It's funny. It did work for the slider wrapper. So yeah, let's keep everything pretty and put it in the body like that. Okay, and now can we have pretty? UL times 5, the A. No, something's wrong. Let me save and refresh. Zoom in again. Maybe too much. Whatever. It's good. UL li times 5. Ah, look at that. Yeah. Something happened there. But we're good. We're back. Short title. Infinite slider. Okay. Good. All right. I think we have the structure, the buttons, image main wrapper, slider wrapper, images inside. Okay, the buttons. Let's give this a class of button wrapper. Yeah, that should be good. I mean, this could be a section. Just to keep it semantic and other fun things. Okay, so we have the main wrapper we need to style. We have the slider wrapper. Yes, slider. I'm just putting here the classes. So slider wrapper, and we have the button wrapper, and we have the button wrapper button, and here we have the slider wrapper image. And yeah, that's kind of everything we need. Okay. Hey, from Poland. Hello, neighbor. Hello, Rebecca. How are you? Okay, so let's think. The main wrapper should be in the center, like that, and we should have some kind of an overflow. Okay, that sounds good. Let's have a max width of 500 pixels and width for well, I'm stuck with tailwind in my mind. Okay, and let's make the body display flex. I'll align it to center, justify content center, margin 0, like that. And the slider wrapper should be max width 100%. Well, actually width 100%. And the images should be width 100%. Oh, look at that. They're starting to look pretty good. Don't forget to add some CSS reset for image padding margin. You are not using tailwind anymore. Yeah, I added reset margin 0. Should be okay. Any particular reason why you're using SVGs and not FI icons for arrows? Oh, we're not importing the entire library to use for 2 icons, you know, just SVGs. You can style them around and stuff, you know. Pretty easy. Okay, good. So we have the images, they're in the correct size, which is interesting. They should be the same width and height if the images are the same size. If not, we might need to tweak it a bit, but so far so good. Okay, now the I'm thinking. So basically the slider wrap, not actually. Okay. So usually how I do a slider is I have the main wrapper, which is a fixed, like has a sort of a fixed weight of like 500 pixels. And then the slider wrapper has its width be, well, basic, yeah, let me show you. So we do this to display flex, and then have all the images go next to each other like this. And then we put overflow hidden on the main wrapper and kind of have the slider. And we just transition the slider wrapper, like we move it to the left and basically show the other image, you know. Box sizing, thank you, yeah, that's good. So all and all after, all before, box sizing, border box. Yeah, that's a good reset, thank you. Yeah, so this is how I do it usually, and then just slide the images, like slide the entire slider wrapper, right? By the amount of pixels the main wrapper is. So in this case, 500 pixels. But yeah, I'm just wondering, is it a way to decrease the tab size in it? Not sure what you mean. Yeah, sorry. And we just move the slider wrapper. So like transform, translate minus 200 pixels so you can see, and we kind of move the image in that way. But now, because we want to move the first image whenever we get to the last slide, we kind of have to calculate the positioning of each image individually. That's gonna be a fun thing to do. But it should be doable. I just have to figure out how. Okay, let's make the button wrapper. What do we want? I want you to MX, well, margin, auto. Does it work? I got used to tell me. Button wrapper, oh, I guess width 100%, display flex, gap 4, gap 2 rem. I've been doing too much tailwind. And alignment to center. Just click on the center. There you go. Kind of nailed it in the first try, don't tell anyone. And padding 2 rem just to have some space. Yeah, okay. And in order to put everything, yeah, we have display flex alignment and center, just click on the center, but we don't have enough room here. So we can say min height 100 viewport heights. And then boom, everything is at center, like we want it to. And then let's style these buttons. I guess let's give them a border white. 2 pixel solid white. Like that. You want background transparent. Like that. Color white. Like that. Border radius 50%. And you want width something like 4 rem. Not too much. 3 rem. And aspect ratio 1. So then width and height are the same. Okay. They're kind of okay, but I might want the SVG to be bigger. So instead of 24, let's make them 36. Okay, good. And this one 36 as well. Okay. Okay, that seems to be a bit off. So let's do display flex and at the center, just click on the center to center everything. And we should be good to go. Give it like hover state where the border color will be less white. I guess we can do opacity 0.7 like that, and we could have, let me align this a bit. B with B displayed there with the spectration there. I kind of like to break it down like this, and then we have cursor pointer, and then boop, like that. Good. So we kind of have everything in place. Maybe with the I'm thinking the slider wrapper have a border on it as well. Will it look good? Huh. not too good. Yeah, let's just keep it like this for now. I guess shadow, box shadow, 0, 0, 10 pixel white. Nah, I don't. Okay, let's just leave it like this. And yeah, we need to revert to what we have here with 100%. And then the images go there, so we'll need to position them. Yeah, some white shadow, but I just don't know right now how to do that. I guess if we position now the images, they should be good. Okay, so positioning of the images. the slider wrapper needs to have position relative. So that way the images can have position absolute, and we can place them top 0, left 0, and now all the images will be on top of each other. Look at that. Pretty cool. Which means that we kind of have to figure out the height of the wrapper, right? Because right now they're on top of each other. The wrapper doesn't have any heights, only given by the main wrapper. So we kind of have to trick it. So height 200 pixels. Okay. And give the image the height as well, the 100%. And object cover. Object fit cover like that. And of course, let's make it. So this is like the few cases where I would use a fixed height, because like we need to position them and then we need to move them and stuff. Yeah, and we have that weird kind of loading at the beginning because the images are loading on top of each other. I think those will look better on the main wrapper. That box shadow, box. Come on, Florian. 0, 0, 10 pixel white. Nah. I'll try this. Now I'm trying to figure out my design skills, which I'm not good. It's good. It's good. It's good. No, we don't need that. Okay. Now, so we have the images, but all of them are on top of each other. So now we need to go to JavaScript and position them correctly, right? We need to figure out how many images we have and the correct positioning of each one based on the number of images, right? So if we have 5, we need to figure out that the 5th image should go 4 times the size of one image to the right. It's kind of deep, so. Alrighty. Let me think. Do we need a slider? Maybe, I guess just the images and the buttons to toggle. Well, to call the event. So let's see. Slides. We're going to do document, query selector, and we want all the images that are inside the slider image, slider wrapper, right? I think so. Aspect ratio, I never heard that CSS declaration before. I guess I'm learning something new every day. Yes. So in CSS, if you, where did I set it? I set it somewhere. But yeah, basically, yeah, this, if you want to make something a square, you can set it the width of like 500 pixels, and then on the buttons. Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you. So see here, we set the width of 3 rem. We could set the height on 3 rem as well, and it will be exactly the same, or keep the aspect ratio 1, and just like if we want smaller or bigger buttons, we put 4 rems, and they'll keep the aspect ratio to be the same, right? It will be 4 rem for width and 4 rem for height. Yeah, or you could do sometimes like for video, you can do like, I don't know what's the aspect ratio for video. It's like 9:60 or 60:9. I think so. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of this, we could do that. So we could do, instead of height 300 pixels here on the wrapper, we could do aspect ratio 16:9. Let's see. Look at that. Beautiful. So now we just have the same aspect ratio even on small screens. See? So pretty. Awesome. Good. All right. So back to JavaScript. We got all the slides, right? Just a second. Oh my god, 76 people watching. What? Must be some kind of record this year. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're learning something. And you come back next time. Okay, good. So all the images, we have them. Now, let's figure out the math to position them correctly inside the slider wrapper. Basically, the first image should have 0 on the left property. The second image, though, will have to go to the right, equal to the width of the images. So let me think. We could get the slider. We might want to have some gap, so we would have to consider that as well, which will be tricky. I'm thinking. But yeah, first we need to get the width of it. Where is it? The slider wrap. Okay, yeah. So const slider wrapper document get query selector slider wrapper, and here we want to get like const, not even const, because we should, if we want to do this perfectly, we should like recalculate everything if we resize. So let height, width get bound element something. I always forgot. Yeah, or I think we can do slider dot height, client height. I'm not sure. Let me see. Console log width. I think we can't get it exactly. Console.log. Wait. Sorry. I can't read properties of null. Okay, so something's wrong. Oops, I forgot a dot. Hey, look at that, 281. This is 281. Which sounds 281. But why? Because the max width is 500. This is with 100%, so should be 500. Okay, let's just, sure, let's keep it. Oh, client, client width. Aha, now this should be 500. Good. Yeah, let's try again to see. Do we get 500 there? Yeah, look at that. 500. Woo! Party. Good. Yeah, I'm not yet 100% sure this is the way to do it. I think this can be manipulated somehow, but it's okay. Everything's okay. All right, now we go over the slider, the slides for each slide, and we need to change their position. Because like the initial position, right? So we need to have their index, which thankfully we'll have here as an argument to the callback function, or a parameter. Was it like parameter? Yes. So this is the fancy thing. So for every slide, we want to change the style, the left positioning, to be index times width plus pixels. Nothing happened. Why is that? Slider not defined. Slides, that should be fine. So slides for each, the dot slider wrapper image, the style left, index dot width. That should work. Pixels. I'm missing something. Show us jQuery, please. No, just jQuery is not good anymore. Okay, so let's see. Console.log index times width. Debugging. Okay, works. Do we have overflow hidden? Oh, yeah. So it worked. But we have overflow hidden, so we didn't see that it worked. Awesome. Yeah, so without this code, all the images are on top of each other. But with this code, now the images are nicely placed, look at that, next to each other. Basically, the first image has index 0. So multiplying that with the width of 500, it equals 0 pixels. So it will stay here. The next image has index 1 multiplied by width 500. It will be left 500. So it's exactly next to this, which is perfect. We kind of, yeah, we have the initial positioning of the slides, which is good. Let's make the slider work. Like when we press the buttons, we want to see the images move, and then we'll see what's next. Okay, buttons. We have two buttons. We want left button, which is document. Let me give them an ID, easier to target them instead of like just figuring out here. ID left button, and the right button, ID right button, like that. So left button document, query selector, left button, and we duplicate this, and instead of left we put right. And then let's see, let's add the right button, add event listener. When we click on it, we want to do something. Basically, we want to slide the images. And what the slide means is that we want to, so if we go to the right, all the images, sorry, if we press the right button, all the images need to slide back the equal amount with their width, right? So we need to calculate and set the transition to those, which I guess should be better than setting the left here. We work directly with the transition. Transition. No, translate. And we calculate this. Sorry, I'm converting this to be translate instead of, well, we can even say translate text, and then we can keep the old code, I think, right? Wait, what's wrong with jQuery? Nothing wrong with it. You can do everything you do in jQuery, you can do in JavaScript. So it's like no point in using it unless you like it. So then go ahead, use it. Transform. I messed this up. Transform. You want translate X to be this. Okay. I think now I'm getting it right. No? Transform, translate X. Hey, finally. Good. So we moved to transform because we can add a transition to them, and if we change the translate property, then it will translate transition nicely, and it's better to translate the transform property than left and right and all that fun things. Good. And here, let me do transition just so we'll see it later. Like 300 milliseconds is in, oh, and we want all of them. I think we don't have to say all, do we? transform. Yeah, I just put transform. All right, yeah. My vanilla CSS skills getting rusty because I haven't used them so much. Good. So now when we press the right button, we want to translate them to a new position. And how do we find that position? Is by keeping track of the active index slide. So active index, active index slide. First will be 0, right? The first image is active. But if we move to the right, that this active image slide will become 1, and then we need to recalculate everything based on it. So let's do active image slide ++. And if we go, I guess we can do left as well. If we go to the left, we do active image slide -. And we need to call a function slide images or show slide or something like that, which kind of says that it's an action. And here in the show slide function, maybe I'll do it here. Show slide or just slide. What's the better name? Here we want to loop over the slides again and calculate their translate again, but we also need to account for the active index slide. We multiply that by the index and by the width, and I think it should be good. Let me see. Let me think. So if active index is 1, we want to move everything to the left, so we need to subtract. But if so minus active index left. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Pretty cool. That's not good. But we gotta have some kind of a fancy animation there. Let me think. So we have index 0 needs to become, oh, we just subtracted index minus active index. I think so. So index is 0 for the first one, 1 for the second, but we want all of them to slide back in based on the active, active index slide. So we subtract that from the index, and then they should slide in. Yeah. No. The only trick now is that, we go off bounds. But we kind of have our slider working if we add back overflow hidden. Then look, our slider works. The only issue now is that we have, as I said, it goes out of bounds. We could kind of check here, like if active index slide is less than 0, then we want to put active index slide to 0, so like a boundary. This is just, we're doing a basic slider now, and then we convert it to infinite slider, just so you know. And then here, if active index slide is greater than slides dot length, I want to keep active index slide to be slides dot length -1. We want to keep it back to slides dot length, right? So let's see. Go to the right, it doesn't work anymore. See, go to the left, it doesn't work anymore. Good. So that's done. We can save and be happy. We have a slider working. We can even have it work automatically with a set timeout. Basically, now with the way we have the code is that we can just have a function to increase the active index slide, and like every 5 seconds or so, and it will work, right? Because we have the function and everything in place. But now for the fun part. How do you make it so that the last image let me remove this. So basically we want here this image to jump here initially, and we want it to be able to loop forever. So where's the math? I need to figure out the math for that. It has to do something with the active index slide. Active slide index. I think that would be a better name, but whatever. Okay, so think. The last image, we want it to go -1 here. And then everything to move, but we need to keep track of that. Yeah, let's bring out paint again. So I can, so this is the viewport. We have index, the box with index 1 here. Well, actually it's 0. It's 0. Ah! Where's the tool? Brush. 0. Yeah. Perfect. So this is 0. This is 1. This is 2. But this 2 should be here ready to slide in. If this is the last. So this is the last one. Like initially we can figure out which is the last one. But then if they move again, this becomes the last one, and this has to jump. Okay, I'm kind of getting somewhere. So we move the last one. We move it here. In the case we're going to the right. No? No, we're going to the left. If we're going to the left here, we have to have an image ready to jump in. Okay. And then this goes in the middle, 2, and 0 will be here, and then 1 will have to jump here. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of the cloning. That's in the article. By the way, Adrian, can you put the article? Let me make you an admin. Okay, you're a moderator now. You should be able to put a link. Yeah, they're doing the cloning thing, but I want to figure out how to do it without cloning, like that. Need more room. So I've done it with an array of images and shifting and popping last element. yeah, instead I want uh it's about figuring out which is the last and moving it to the left of the slider, you know. But I'm just thinking, okay, how do I know which is the last one? Like, because right now we're working with a position, each of them has an index, and we're moving the position based on their index. Another thing I'm thinking is that we can play with we can set an attribute and play with their attributes and calculate the position based on the attribute. That could work. And then also change their attribute, because otherwise it could be a mess. Like, we need to keep track of all the indexes. Do you think you can use the order property in CSS? Nope, not because we're positioning absolute now, so we kind of got them out of the flow of the page, you know. So we tell it where to go. This is index 2. If you go to the, I mean, we can get their transition prop value, avoid the, and increase it. All the images, that could be a way. We keep track of like how many pixels. This has 0 pixels, 500 pixels, and 1,000 pixels. And if you have 1,000 pixels, like, we need to figure like what will be the last element. If you have 1,000 pixels, we move you to minus 500 pixels. Okay, and then yeah, we can increase that. Okay, that's one way. Feels a bit hacky though, not very, very clean. So let me first do something like if index is equals to slides dot length -1. So if it's the last one, I want to do something else. I want to do this. If it's the last one, I want to move it to oh, sorry, not here, not here, not here, not here, not here. This is the show slide function. No, here initially. So here, if index is slides dot length -1, else like that, then we move this here. Okay, so if it's the last one, I want the slide style, well, basically all of this, to be -width. So we kind of prepare it here to be on the left. It kind of moves if we move it around. Okay, so that kind of fixes it, but now in the active slide, I need to get the transform value and increase it. And if it's the, yeah. Okay, that should kind of work. But do we need the active index slide then? Then I think it won't matter. We just want to move them all, and at the end figure out which one is the last one, and like that's going to be tricky. We don't want to animate it, we want it to like jump there. Ooh, I have 40 minutes left to figure out this one. But yeah, let's do that. That's one way I can think of. So here, let's do this move right. So when we press the right button, we call the move right function. Well, we can put it here. And on the left, we call the move left. Okay, and then for each slide, I kind of need to figure out how to slide that. Let's see, style.transform. I want to see what it says. Do I have the latest? Or if not, I can save it in data, in some kind of data attribute. Move left not defined. Sure, I'll create it. Move left. Okay, so if I press the right, all right. This is going to be tricky to deconstruct. Because see, we have the position, but it's inside these. It feels so tricky, so hacky right now. With telling the use hidden? No. Alright, let's do the variant where I use the data property. Data x, let's have it is 0. This one will be 5. Yeah, we kind of need to calculate it as well. Because, I mean, we could get the value from the translate by figuring out where the parentheses are and stuff, but it's a bit hacky. Data x, this will be 1500, and data x, this will be minus 500. And now, instead of like figuring out based on the index, initially we can just style them based on their data property. So const left or x will be slide.get. Is it get attribute or get data? Data x. And here when we transform, we just say x pixels. Let me clean it up. See, everything is just a trial and error. Figure things out. Let's see. Yeah, so they still work. Like we get a data x. We don't need this anymore. Hello Florin, will this video be saved later for watch? Yes, you'll find it on my channel in the live streaming section. Okay, good. So now we did that. We don't want the active image slide anymore. We don't use it. So we get this by getting the data property. And when we move to the right, we want to figure out what the new data property is. Yeah, also, we kind of set it to be 500, although if we resize the browser, that will fail. That won't be good. We'll have to address that as well. Remind me later, okay? Good. So this will work for now. Good. And when we move to the right, let's see, we want slide that. Yeah, we get the same data like here. We know we have it. And we want to transform and move to the left. That amount of pixel, we want to reset the attribute and figure out which one is the last one and move it in the correct place. I think that should do it. So translate. Let's see, const new x will be, if you move to the right, then we go to the left. So x minus width. And transform will go new x pixel. I feel like the slider shouldn't be based on the size of the pic slides. And input the JavaScript profile sizes, but more on the titles of those pics. I'm not sure what you mean. We're basing the size of the, like the slider is based on its own width, not on the slides. And we get the images are 100% width of the main wrapper. So, okay, good. That's right. Let's see. All right, that worked. But now we need to reset it. So slide.set attribute data x will be new x. Look at that. That works now. We should do the same for the left one. But of course, instead of x minus, we do x plus. I guess we can have a function to redo this, but okay. Whoops. Something happened there. What did I mess up? We don't need the index. I messed up something. So the new x, if we go to the left, should be x plus width. Okay. And then we remove it, and then we reset it. That should be good. What's happening? Let's console log and see. X, new X. Okay, so if you go, well, let me put it this as well and say the position. We want to right, and here we go to the left. Okay, right. Yeah, see, this is the console. So it works good. It goes to the left perfectly. Oh, look at that. Look what happened. Does anyone know why this happened? This is some JavaScript thingy. Yeah, I thought about it, but I forgot while I was coding. But basically, x minus width works because, well, x is a string, and x minus width works because using minus will cast x to be a number. But x plus width won't work because it will be appended. So we need to cast it to a number here and here as well. Now it should work properly. Yeah, look at that. Good. Good. That's good. Now what we need to figure out is if the x is, if the new x is not right, we need to move it and then figure out how to not mess up everything. Welcome to JavaScript 101. Yeah, exactly. So this is casting. I guess let me do number. it will be more obvious that we want to cast what's here to a number. Okay, good. Good. So if you go to the left and the new x is greater than, we need to figure out what's the value. We need to reset it to go some. So I guess this becomes now a let, and we say if new x is, so if you go to the left, the smallest it could be, let's see, minus 1000, minus 150, minus 2000. So if it's less than width times slides, slides that length minus 1, right? So width is 500. We have 5 images. So we went 4 times 500 is 2000. But we want to go faster, so minus 2 actually. If that's the case, then this slide, it went off. We need to move it to the other side. So new x will be width. Maths, yeah. I think in my mind it's a bit messed up, but that should kind of work. Let's make it smaller. Where's width 500? Let's make it 100 pixel. Yeah, look at that. And now everything's broken because we have oh boy. Let's put 100, 200, 300, minus 100. So now our slider is, look at that. Good. And we go there, we go there, we go there. And it goes, oh, left should have worked. Ah! Alright, hold on. Please rebuild. Okay, good. So if I go to the left, nah, something's wrong. So if new x is smaller than width times slides index minus 2, the minus of this, don't ask me why. So basically we want to see if it's smaller than minus 1500 on the left side. Then it should go back to the right side to be 500. Please work? Or not? I'm messing up the positioning. The left should go there. I think it's the other way around. Come on, sorry, you should know that. Oh, thank you very much for your donation. Unbound, I appreciate it. Yeah, so the left goes to the left. I mean, no, moves everything to the right. So the math is exactly opposite. Ah, I'm dying. But this should be here. This is a mess. I'm a mess. Okay. This should be here. Sorry. Left. And then on this side, we should check if it's greater than this and move it. I don't know. Maybe I messed up. Weight times slides that length minus 2. So this should be a parenthesis because we need to do the math first. Okay. If I figure out, I promise I'll explain that. Okay, let's see. All right. Yay! It works. Look at that! Infinite slider! We have a problem there, go on top, but it doesn't matter. Let's see the other way around. Whoops. Hey, this one moves faster. Oh, it's good. 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 Yay! All right, let's move it back to 500 here. Now I have to figure out how to explain what I did, because it must be confusing. And this should go back to 500 pixels. Let's see. And Bing overflow. And boom, and boom, and boom. You didn't see anything. No. Nothing sketchy going on. You have a perfectly working slider. Don't worry about it. This is the issue I was telling you about. But hey, it's working. The only issue with it is that the images kind of go on top. And they mess up, see? But yay! It works. We could potentially figure out the Z index of everything here. Almost perfect. What if you set all the other ones to transparent by moving? That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that could work as well. We just need to figure out to remove the opacity somehow, you know? All right, let's remove this again so we can see. So yeah, this is what's happening basically. Say the image, the last image, it kind of, yeah, goes there. It's kind of hacky. Yeah, we don't necessarily have to work with opacity as much as with Z index. But yeah, also we need to kind of figure out when to remove the Z index. So yeah, it's kind of hacky, you're right. I guess here. But let's try. So slide that style, that Z index to be -1 here and here, and else we want slide that style, that Z index to be 1. So if we're moving it around, we want it to be hidden, you know, by the images. So yeah, let's see. Okay, see? It's not going on top of it anymore. If we have overflow hidden, now it should not bug us anymore because the Z index is taken care of. So basically the one that's moving, we have a Z index of -1. All the other ones will have 1. So we kind of fixed it. Oh boy. Yeah, see, Vlad, this is a very interesting one. I mean, I'm sure there are other ways to do it. This is kind of hacky. Yeah, but it works. It's in like 50, let's see, 50-ish lines of JavaScript. I think there is a transition and event something. Yeah, there is. There is a transition event. We could like figure out, but no. We'd have to figure out which one, but this one is moving. So yeah, this is the slide. That's the one that transports. Yeah, I don't know of a better way. Maybe because we need to like transport it directly. Boom. But this works also. And as I said, like 50 lines of JavaScript. We have an infinite slider. But yeah, we also don't have any gaps between them. So that's gonna be very tricky to figure out, I think. If you want to add a gap between images, we need to account for that. Okay. But before that, let me try to go over. Chat, let me know, did you understand the process? If no, I'm going to try to go over it again, sort of explain. This is the part that's kind of messed up a bit. But other than that, yeah, should be pretty clear. And we need to make the data X dynamic. Because right now it's a fixed 500. But if we like zoom in, they kind of messes up. My back hurts a bit. Okay, so let's see. We want to do what we did at the beginning. We go over the indexes and we figure out the position by the index. So X will be index times width. I'm thinking, we can do ternary to, like, for the last one we want to do minus width. Yeah, let's do that. So let X, if index is equals to slides length minus 1, we want X to be minus width, right? This is the last one. So now we set the attribute data X to be this, right? And what happens is that we don't need data X anymore here. We can remove it because we calculated in JavaScript. So let's see this and let's force a refresh. It should work. No. Okay. Why no? Oh, we need to set, obviously, duh. Alright. Yeah, see? Now it kind of works with all sizes. So that's one thing fixed. But now it won't work with if we resize it. So we can create a function initial, whatever, positioning, something like that. And we do this initially. We call it positioning. Initial call to position the images. And then we call this also on window.resize. We call, this is how we do it? I forgot, I haven't used it. Window resize JavaScript. Let's see. So window.add event listener resize. Yeah, sure. So window.add, probably that worked as well. Resize, and we want to position it again. Although it should work. Let's see. So on bigger images it works. If we resize it, I mean, kind of works, but we have that gap there. Why is the gap? Do we have something fixed? That's okay. Oh. We need to reset the width. Yeah, that's it. So width, we want to I mean, do we need width somewhere else? Yeah, we need it there. Yeah, okay, good, good, good. So we recalculate the width based on the new wrapper. Yeah, look at that. Woo, so beautiful. And if we resize it big, kind of worked. Not sure why I changed the slide, but whatever. I think it changes the slides back to their yeah, and resets the data because we have some data. No, initially we don't have any data X assigned, so we assign it based on the index, but then we slide it and we reset the data X, right? But then we resize the project, well, the window, and we reset data X to be initially. So what we could do to see if we have data attribute set on the slide, we don't want to. No, actually we do want to reset it because it's a different width. So we sort of, oh boy, that's a tricky one. We have to figure out the new width and reset it based on that width. Kill me. Anyway, who will resize the project? Nobody. This is the lazy developer speaking in me. What's the time? Okay. I mean, we did pretty good. It's been what? An hour and a half, I think. Yeah, I think. Not too shabby. We kind of have an infinite thing going on here. Obviously, there can be improvements made. Like we can, like the biggest improvement we can make is to have like H1 and say infinite slider, and boom, look at that. The project is like in here, flex direction column, and the gap 5 or something, whatever. Look at that, boom. Instant better project because we have a title to it. What we can improve, I'm sorry, I rephrase it. What you can improve, let me submit this, send it in the chat. My eye is itchy. Does it work? Yeah. So what you can improve as a challenge is to figure out the way to add a gap between the slides. Figure out how to, like, by the way, give me a like. And let me change this to infinite slider. Boom. This uppercase. Save. Boom. Good. Yeah, so figure out how to add a gap between the slides, because that's going to kind of mess up all the calculations. Like we need to calculate. So if we have a gap of 20 pixels, the next slide should go, shouldn't be at 500 pixels, like the length of the slide, but it should be 500 plus the gap, so 520. And the next one should be at double the gap and double the width. So yeah, that's gonna be a bit fancy. I did it a few times. You should be fine, you could do it. Basically everywhere you have width times slides, width times index and stuff, you do index times width plus index times gap. I think that should do it. Okay. And that thing where when you resize, it resets. So much math, yeah, very much math. Say it resets because, yeah, we're resetting here everything. So kind of figure out if, but that's hard to do, oh boy. If we already have a data set to calculate the positioning, based on the data set, but then the X, it's not correct. You need to recalculate all of the X's. Oh. Nah. That's tricky. The X's change now, it's very tricky. So if someone wants to resize, they'll just have to live with the fact that everything changes back. Okay, and like last thing I'm going to add, because why not, is to do where is it? It's here. Like reposition on resize, and then here we're going to do auto slide. So set interval, we want to do move right every 5 seconds. Oh boy, don't break. So we just wait and see every 5 seconds. Boop. Almost nailed the timing. Boop. Hey, look at that. Perfect. All right, good. I mean, it's good. Vlad, did you understand most of things happened here? Boop. Hey, look at that. Almost perfect. Boop. Yeah, good. That's it then for today. I'm trying to redo it with Tailwind. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, you can do this part with Tailwind, but then the JavaScript part, you still need to use translate and stuff. Adrian understood everything with a exclamation point before, so not everything, but it's a good thing. Like most of things. It's just math. It's so simple. Did you see? I struggled with nothing. Like it was just a breeze. I did it in 5 minutes on some other planet. But yeah, pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a like to the video. More likes, the better I'll feel about myself. And if you haven't, check out I Code This, do the daily challenges, get better at your craft, and get a job or build better projects or whatever your goal is. And also join our community on Discord, which is super fun community where you can learn more stuff and hang out with smart people, very smart people, smarter people than me. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.